Before we delve into the tactical input that this man has had on the Napoli team, I think it's worth a mention that the moment he walked through the door, he stamped his authority immediately, making big decisions. First and foremost, he said it's imperative that we keep Kvaratskhelia. And secondly, Victor Osimhen was instantly outed from the squad. Conte did not like his attitude whatsoever. He didn't even include him in pre-season games, nor even as a striker that they could fall back upon if they did have an injury crisis up front. And as we saw later on in the window, he sold to Galatasaray. And as a result of Osimhen's departure, we saw the introduction of Romelu Lukaku. And as we know, wherever Antonio Conte goes, he either wants Romelu Lukaku or he's already got him because he fits the build and mould of an Antonio Conte number 9. And this has already been proven with the Belgian international picking up 3 goals and 4 assists in just 6 league appearances for Napoli. He has started life really quickly at Naples.
Very impressive. So Zach, let's have a look at how Conte sets up his Napoli side. The Italian lines up his side in a 4-3-3 formation with an emphasis upon defensive solidity, as you'd expect in a Conte team, where his side are happy to concede possession to the opposition, ensuring that they allow minimal chances to be created against them. A huge catalyst to Napoli's defensive solidity is the summer signing of Alessandro Buongiorno from Torino. The 24-year-old was the captain for his former club and was one of the best performing centre-backs in the Serie A last season. The departure of Kim Min-jae clearly affected Napoli, as their defence was a huge weakness last season, but thanks to the inclusion of Buongiorno, we have seen Napoli hit a huge improvement defensively upon last campaign.
Well, this is backed up by Napoli ranking 2nd in XG conceded with only 6.9 and 2nd in goals conceded per match this season with only 0.6. This is only better by Thiago Motta's Juventus, and they have 5 clean sheets this season, and that is only better by Thiago Motta's Juventus. So as you can see, Thiago Motta's Juventus are clearly performing well this season, but so is Conte's Napoli, and since he's come through the door, he's done a brilliant job and making them more defensively solid.
Definitely, and that's why they currently sit top of the league.
Yep. But this doesn't stop Conte's side from creating chances, with many of his top players still able to find themselves in good positions to hurt the opponent. And Conte's side are able to punish the opposing team when they find themselves in good positions, adding that clinical edge to their game. And this season in the Serie A, they've averaged 1.9 goals per match, which is very respectable.
Impressive.
And shows that when they do get into those positions, what do they do? They put the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis.
A man who significantly helps Napoli on the front foot and is the reason that Conte changed his system from a back 3, which he's playing earlier this season, to a back 4, is the summer signing of Scott McTominay.
And it's interesting to see how when he was at Man United, he was often labelled as not good enough, but since moving to Napoli, he is now a staple piece in their team.
Definitely.
Maybe it's not the players that are a problem at that club.
He pushes up the pitch, playing in more of an attacking midfielder role, making late runs into the box and finding goal-scoring form, picking up 2 goals and 1 assist already this season. We saw his best attributes at United was in the final third, and Conte is now utilising him in this role, and that suits his key strengths. And at times we see Conte utilise a 4-2-3-1 formation, which allows the Scottish midfielder to express himself in the final third more, due to the cover of the double pivots, who are usually Lobotka and Anguissa.
And although this season Scott McTominay's been good for Napoli going forward, in my opinion their best attacker has been Kvaratskhelia. He has looked brilliant in this new role that Conte's deployed him in, and he's no longer that out-and-out winger that he used to be. And the 23-year-old finds himself drifting into the half space much more often. One reason for this is because we see Napoli play through central areas as often as possible, and ultimately the main reason for that is because of the lack of quality within their fullbacks. Yes, Spinazzola and Di Lorenzo, they're competent players within their own right, but at Inter Milan he had Hakimi and Perisic, and they are tailor-made for attacking down the flanks and providing chances from those positions. Because these two aren't up to the same standard, that's why they tend to attack through central areas as opposed to down the flanks.
And the other reason for this is Kvaratskhelia is also able to be closer to Lukaku and link play effectively with the Belgian striker, which is why he's currently Napoli's top goal scorer this season with 4 goals in 10 games. Romelu Lukaku's ability to hold the ball creates a lot of space for Kvaratskhelia to exploit, and the two have linked up perfectly this season.
And that is very similar to how Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku often linked up to Inter Milan under Conte.
Yeah, but Lukaku's well-rounded build-up play benefits all those who are in the first line of attack, which is why we see Scott McTominay and Politano as well performing well, hence why he has most assists as well for Napoli this season, which is 5 in 7 matches.
And it's almost added a new element to Lukaku's game, because don't get me wrong, he's always been brilliant at holding up the ball, but traditionally at the other clubs that he's performed well at, he's been brilliant at running in behind. Look at Everton, backing into the defender, spinning, running in behind and scoring goals. That's why he scored like 24 or 25 in a league season for Everton. That's how good he is at scoring, but like we said, he is almost unlocked a new dimension in this Napoli team under Antonio Conte.
Also, it's worth a mention that Conte's current stint at Napoli shares many parallels with his time at Chelsea, where Chelsea in 14-15, before Conte took over, they won the league. Then 15-16, they were awful, finished mid-table. Then Conte came in and they won the league straight away. And Napoli won the league a couple of seasons ago. Then last season, finished mid-table, horrific season. Conte comes in and now they're currently top, because that's what Conte does.
So potentially they could go on to win the league this season, and then it would look almost identical to his stint at Chelsea, wouldn't it?
Definitely, and that's what Conte does. He comes in and takes, awful teams like that finish mid-table, not awful teams, but clubs that are obviously on the down, finish mid-table, and he comes in and they win the league within his first season. And I think we could see the same thing at Napoli.
But this time with a different style of play, a 4-back compared to his 3-back at Chelsea, and ultimately different sort of personnel throughout. Comment down below whether or not Antonio Conte's Napoli side can win Serie A this season, and let us know if you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and we'll catch you in the next one.